like straight up gray days for like 2 weeks straight in St. Louis. Go figure. All right, so warm-up stays the same. We're gonna start nice and easy, get that body moving, get that breath moving, little high knees march. A couple of deep breaths, checking in, seeing which body showed up today. If it feels good, if it feels right, you can turn it into that little jog, light on your feet. Only if it feels right. And same thing with the booty kickers, heels to the bum. And woo. I took a boot camp class on Thursday, and my quads are still sore. I was like, I should be in better shape. I've been teaching virtual classes for the past 7 months. Still sore. Alternating leg lunges, dropping your back knee, driving through that front foot. Chest stays lifted, finding your breath, finding your balance. And next time the right foot comes out in front, we'll move around in low lunge, working out all the cracks, all the kinks. Anything you don't need, let it go. And settling in, bring yourself up, high lunge, finding your balance, stability, back bend if you want it. Left hand plants, right hand to the sky. If twisting is in the repertoire, Lauren, don't worry about this one. And both hands down, both feet back, nice strong plank. Settling in. Left foot comes forward, moving around in the shape. Once again, any of the cracks, any of the kinks. And settling in, bring yourself up, high lunge, finding your balance, your breath, pulling that right hip point forward, back bend if you want it. Right hand plants if twisting is in the repertoire. And both hands down, both feet back. Nice strong plank. Press it back, downward dog, pedaling through the backs of your legs, ankles, calves, hamstrings. Heels to the mat, hips to the sky. Walk your hands back to your feet, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Shake it off. All right, so diving right on into the fun stuff. We're gonna go with a 30A, 30B. We're working on some mobility here. So first one is gonna be a wall reach squat. You're gonna pretend that there's a wall no less than 8 inches, no more than 12 inches in front of you. Your right hand's gonna go on that wall. You're gonna reach as high as you can on that wall, as low as you can on that wall, as far to the right as you can on that wall, as far to the left as you can on that wall. We're gonna do 30 seconds on each of those. It feels silly. You're like, what is this? Trust the process, reach as far as you can, and watch those hips open up. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. We reach as high as we can on that wall. We reach as low as we can on that wall. We reach as far to the right, and then as far to the left. And then we're right back up, as high, as low. Remember, it is only 8 to 12 inches in front of us. Don't let it start to lean forward, lean backwards. Don't let yourself put your head through the wall, the imaginary wall. And sit down and shake that off. Left hand's gonna take it. We go all the way up, all the way down, all the way out to the side, all the way out to the other side. Let the hips counter the movement of the hand. Sink into the hips on that squat. Lift up onto the toes of that reach. You find where you're strongest, but we want to scrub that wall here. Random thought. I'm from Pittsburgh, and apparently back in like the 70s, you actually had to wash your walls because the walls were so dirty because of all the soot from the steel factories. All right, so now we're gonna go into front and back body. So you're gonna stand with your feet parallel, making sure that that back toe is pointing forwards. You're gonna sit into that left foot as you reach your fingertips above you, stretching through the front body. And then we're gonna shift the weight back into that right foot, pulling your left toes up. So it's like you're taking a big bow. You're gonna roll forward and roll back. Same thing, 30 seconds on each of these. Once again, it's mobility here. So we lean into the front foot, we open the front body, keep that right heel planted, and then we sit into that right foot, pulling the left toes towards you, stretching through the whole back side. We lean into the front, keeping those toes pointing forward. My right toes immediately want to start to kick out here because I have really tight hips and really tight calves. And that's why I have to do this stretch every day, this little move, finding some balance, some stability. 3, 2, 1, shake it off. We switch it up. Remember, toes point forward. We take that little back bend as we lean into the front foot. We take that little kickstand as we bow into that back foot. Yep, there those left toes go. Trying to pop on out. Open up the hip flexor. Open up the hamstring. Stretch the calf of that back ankle. Whoa. There we go. Just flowing through those two shapes at your own pace. All right, lastly, we get that heart rate up. We're gonna take our mountain climbers and then our plank jacks. So either high plank or forearms, whatever's more comfortable. We turn the knees into the chest, and then we jump or step the feet out one at a time. In 3, 2, 1, holding that nice strong plank. We either drive the knees into the chest or dropping to the forearms and just taking that forearm plank. And once again, we're getting some mobility, we're getting some balance, but we also want to get our heart pumping. 10 seconds away, we're going to take this into those plank jacks, either jumping or stepping your feet out and in 3, 2, 1. So either dropping to those forearms, jump out, jump in, jump in, or step, 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 step. Switching legs each time, holding that nice strong plank. In. Bless you. My wife just sneezed in the other room. Here we go. Jump it out, jump it in. Strong and stable in the core. 10 seconds, press the floor away. Lift your spine to the ceiling. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake that off. All right. Round 2, one more time through, that's it. Remember, we're washing that wall, or we're like the Pope, crossing it. So, feet nice and grounded. We're gonna go as high as we can, as low as we can. 3, 2, 1, let's go. We lift it up. We sink down into it. We lean on over. We lean on over. There you go, nice. Really keep those heels nice and grounded, Vanessa, when you reach. So we wanna reach through, yeah, there it is. And if you wanna kind of double check your work here, after class, do this move again, but actually stand 8 inches away from the wall. You might find that it's a little harder because you might find that when you don't have that wall in front of you, you're kind of not cheating, but you're, getting some compensations here. So we really want that sensation of having to sit back into it, not lean forward into that squat, that we're really reaching along that imaginary wall. Really just gets those hips moving in 3 dimensions. And a lot of people think, oh, I'm tight in the hamstrings, but really they're just tight in the hips and the ankles. All right, shake that off. Now, once again, toes parallel, standing on railroad tracks. We're gonna lean into the front foot, take that little lift to the sky, and then sit back in that back foot, pulling those toes towards you. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Feel that right heel heavy. And then we sit back into that right foot. Lean into the left foot, but keep that right heel grounded, stretching your ankle, your calf, finding balance as you move slowly through these two shapes. There you go. Sit back into it, little kickstand. Woo, shake it off. I don't know why my balance just hates this move, but it means that I need to be doing it more. Here we go. Lean on into it. And that kickstand of that front foot. Whoa. And lean on into the front foot. And then we bow as we fall into that back foot. Trying to keep hips square, shoulders square. We lean into the front foot. And then we bow into that back foot. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Last 60. Climbers, plank jacks, 60 seconds of work. And then we get into our strength stuff here. So 10 seconds away. We get those trumpets coming at you. In 3, 2, 1. Let's climb it out. Climb it out, climb it out. Turn your knees into your chest. Shoulders stay behind your fingertips. Breathe and smile. That's all you got to do. And nice, nice, nice. Oh, love it, love it, love it. 10 seconds away. And we're going to drop to those forearms in 5. Taking that plank jack, either jumping or stepping. 3, 2, 1. Drop to the forearms. Jump or step. We pop it out. We pop it in. Or step, 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 step. You do you. Don't lose that plank shape. Hold that nice strong plank. Squeeze the core. Squeeze the glutes. Broaden your back. Don't turn it into twerking. 10 seconds away. And last 5. Trumpets in 3. Awesome. All right. Off and running. So now we are going to go into our strength work. So we're going to need those dumbbells. We have alternating leg overhead reverse lunge. So the goal here, pack those shoulders down and keep those weights above your head for as long of these 45 seconds as you can. We're going to be alternating reverse lunge, dropping back into it. If the shoulders or the low back start to talk to you at any point, drop those weights into your shoulders and continue on with that reverse lunge. Next, we're going thrusters. So that's where we're going to use the power of that squat to shot put those weights up. The shoulders should already be fatigued. So trust me when I say let the legs help. And then we're going to be going into that lateral lunge with a curl. We're alternate taking the curl, alternate taking the curl. So we start overhead reverse lunge, 45 seconds in each of these shapes. That's a long time to hold those weights over your head. So don't let the shoulders creep up. Don't let the low back start to poke out. 3, 2, 1, let's go. We take that big step back, drive through the front heel, looking for those 2 90-degree angles in the knees, drawing the belly button in, pressing the floor away. Perfect, 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 y'all. Shoving the floor away, grounding through that whole, all 4 corners of that front foot, getting your depth by dropping the back knee. Right about now, the shoulders might be starting to talk to you and starting to creep up. Drop the shoulders. The low back might be starting to talk to you. Draw your belly button in. Firm through the core. Last 5. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Roll out the shoulders. We get 15 to breathe. We're going to rack those weights right into the shoulders. That same squat that we were doing in our warm-up. We want that depth. Sitting down into it. There we go. Lauren, get those big weights out now. Here we go. 3, sit in, explode through the squat, Shot put those weights right through the roof. 80% of the work happening in the legs. Chest stays lifted. Nice, Vanessa. Those look great. Sit down into it. Explode through that squat. There you go. Nice, Jeff. Looks like you're rocking that strict press. I love it. There you go. Sit down in. Use that power of that squat. Match breath to movement. The harder you push your feet into the floor, the more those weights are going to want to go flying through the ceiling. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. All right, sun's out, guns out. We're going to take that lateral lunge. Toes going to point forward, heels are going to stay heavy, taking that step back. And then we take that curl at the top. 5 seconds away. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Big step to the right. And we take that curl. Big step to the left. And we take that curl. Now, just like before, we're making sure that the gaze is staying forward. The spine stays long. And we're still creating that force by shoving our foot into the floor. And trying to keep it from becoming a little body roll, swinging those weights up, but instead, press through the floor, take that curl. 10 seconds, that's it. Breathe and smile. This looks awesome, y'all. 3, 2, 1, shake it off. We get a little extra breather here, a little sip of water if you want it. And that's it, y'all. 3 moves. We start from the top. So remember, we're getting that static, controlled work in our shoulder, in our core, in our backs, as we take that alternating leg reverse lunge. 10 seconds away. We're going to start finding that strong shape, packing the shoulders down, squeezing the booty under, drawing the belly button in. We take that step back, drive through that front foot, take that step back, drive through that front foot. Perfect, y'all. There you go. Nice, Jeff. Love breaking this up, focusing on the lower body on these lunges, focusing on that upper body on that press. And then we put it all together on those lateral lunges with that curl. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Nice, y'all. These look great. Keeping the work out of the low back by keeping the lats, your upper back strong, your core strong. Last 5. Balance it out. Try to get 1 more on each leg. And 3, 2, 1. Shake that off. 15 to reset. That should start to burn those shoulders, which means let the legs take the work here on these thrusters. Toes point forward-ish, a little wider than hips distance apart. Sit back into that squat. Shot put those weights through the roof. Once again, the finishing position is just like what we were in for that last move. 1 straight line, hands, head, hips, heels. Match breath to movement. 23 down, 22 to go. We are more than halfway there. And with that, we are more than halfway through this circuit. There you go. 10 seconds left. You might get 2, maybe 3 more good reps. Last rep looks as good as that first rep. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. So when we press, we rock those triceps, we rock those shoulders. When we curl, we rock those biceps. We want everything working here. 3, 2, 1, lateral lunge. And we take that curl at the top. And trying to will the sun to come out. Sun's out, guns out. But like I said, we've just had pretty much 2 weeks of straight gray, gloomy days here in St. Louis. But that's all right. Can't control the weather. 20 seconds. And press the floor away as we get tired. Check and make sure we're not rounding at the back. We want that nice flat back. Gaze forward. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Once again, little extra breather. 30 seconds. Grab that sip of water. See if we can start to bring that heart rate down. In through the nose, down to the belly button, out of the mouth. All right. Last time. One more time through. It is 135 seconds of work. That's nothing, y'all. We got this. Pack it, stack it. Let's go. Big step back in space. Drive through that front foot. Once again, as we fatigue, check the body for those compensations. And we're still shoving the floor away. There you go. Dropping the back knee to get this depth. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but once those arms start to bend, you're using smaller muscles to keep those weights up. So as best as possible, trying to keep the arms straight. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Quick little shimmy, roll the shoulders. Feet are gonna come a little wider than hips distance apart. Toes are pointing forward-ish. And we're gonna explode through that squat. Put those weights right into your upstairs neighbor's apartment. Here we go. And 80% of the work happens in those legs. That was almost English. Happens in those legs. There we go. And matching breath to movement. Here we go, here we go. 23 down, 22 to go. Home stretch. Finish this thing off. 15. Yes, Vanessa. Yes, Lauren. Love it, Jeff. Rock this out. You got this. 10 seconds left. You got 3 reps left. That's it. Yes, you can. 2. You got it. You got it. Get this last one in before that bell, Jeff. You got it? Yes. Powerful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Shake that off. Reset. Last 45. Lateral lunge with that curl. Breathe. How efficient can you be in your recovery? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. In this boot camp that I took last week, they finished class with 100-meter sprints. I don't think I've sprinted 100 meters in 20 years, like maybe not exaggerating. And so of course that first one, I ran faster than I had in 20 years. And then on that second one, I was like, oh, right, I'm still 35. Here we go. I finished, but we got to finish strong. And 10 seconds left. Rock this out. Last 5 seconds. That's it. Balance it out. Earn those trumpets. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Weights can go down. Take that breather. All right. So, little air, little towel, little water. Take what you need. We are going to take this into a long Tabata. So long Tabata here. Normal Tabata, 20 on, 10 off. We're going 30 on and 10 off. We have 3 moves again. We're gonna start with a single arm farmer's squat. We're gonna head into a halo and then that weighted sit up that we're gonna swap out, Lauren. So first up, we wanna use as heavy of a weight as possible. We're just gonna stay on one side so we don't have to worry about getting our form all wonky. But we're gonna take, I only have 10-pound weights with me because we're traveling the country and we're just bringing these with us. So I'm gonna go with the double grip here, but the heaviest weight that you can, keeping hips and shoulders as square as you can. We're gonna sit down into it, drive through. Try not to let that weight tell you where to go, but instead you tell that weight where to go. Finding your range of motion. You got 30 seconds on the right, then we'll do the left, so don't worry about that. That halo, you're gonna grab one weight, or Vanessa, if you wanna use that kettlebell, you'll go bells up on it. We're gonna loop around the head, and then we're gonna go the other way. Your hair
should be a mess after this. If it's still looking beautiful, gotta get those shoulders down, get those arms right around. Look like a train wreck like me. Here we go. We finish it off with that weighted sit-up, trying to keep the arms as vertical as possible. We will roll up, stack everything. I think the most important part of this move is not the sit-up, but it's the posture stance at the top, pulling your heart forward, drawing your shoulders back, lifting, standing, sitting tall, belly button drawn in, and then we lower ourselves back down. Roll all the way up, stack everything at the top. Like I said, I think that is the most important part. 10 seconds away, we'll start with all that weight in our right hand, hips and shoulders nice and square. Grab that real weight with your right hand, grab that fake weight with your left hand, and then we're just gonna take that off balance squat here. If you're like, what is this doing? Poke that opposite side. You'll feel that oblique working. Nice and strong. Feel that right glute working just a little bit more. Don't let that weight pull you down, but instead, nice and square. Only 30 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. We're just gonna take one of those dumbbells, or like I said, Vanessa, if you wanna go bells up on that kettlebell for that halo, you can do that as well. We're going around and then around. Nice soft bend in the knees, keeping the tailbone tucked under, keeping the shoulders down, up and around. There you go, nice, nice, nice. Remember, disheveled hair, don't care. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, we're down to the mat. And we're gonna take that sit up, or once again, Lauren, that get up. So you're gonna take that nice wide stance, and then just try to stand up without using those hands. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Roll it up, stack, and roll it back down. There you go, nice. And then how do we get down? There you go, nice, nice, nice. Perfect, love that, love that. Remember, most important part, in my opinion, is drawing that heart through, stacking everything. What's the point of having that nice, strong six-pack if we're walking around like the Hunchback of Notre Dame? We want that chest open, shake it off. Now, left hand will take all of the weights. Same thing. Remember, it's a Tabata. We got quick transitions here. Real weights in the left hand, imaginary weight in the right hand to try to keep those shoulders square, to kind of trick that brain, thinking of sitting back into the heels, driving the hips forward, nice and strong through the shoulders. There you go. You went to Trader Joe's and they put everything in one bag. It was nice, good for the planet, but now how are you gonna carry this the 13 blocks home? So keep the shoulders square, nice and strong. Shake it off, we're right back into that halo. Soften the knees. Nice tailbone tucked under, strong and stable through the core. Elbows tight, we loop around, and then we bring it back. There you go. It's called a halo. We want this thing right around the head. That's how we protect those shoulders. If we start to get too far, the shoulders don't move that way. They do keep things nice and tight though. So, there you go. Nice, Jeff, perfect, perfect. And 3, 2, 1, shake it off, we're down to the mat. Taking that little sit up or that get up. 30 seconds on, 10 to transition. Quick transitions. Tabatas are supposed to gradually wear on you. Roll it up, trying to keep your arms as vertical as possible here. Matching breath to movement. Instead of letting those weights come forward and then swing it up, how perpendicular to the floor can we keep our arms the whole time? 3, 2, 1, shake it off. Right hands take the weight. We got one more time on the right, one more time on the left. We are halfway there. 4 minutes down, 4 minutes to go. Shoulders square, core strong. Sit back into it, press the floor away. Sit back into it, press the floor away. This little asymmetrical squat, really working that offside, keeping the shoulders square, activating that weighted leg just a little bit more, but still having to stay grounded and strong through that offside leg. Home stretch, last 5. 3, 2, 1, shake it off. Taking that halo, dropping the shoulders, softening the knees. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. And around and around. There you go. How disheveled can we look? 15 down, 15 to go. And 7 seconds. Home stretch. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. We're down to the mat. We got 30 seconds and then we're into that last round. Make it count. So, hands stay stacked on top of your shoulders as long and as much as we can. Roll it through, draw the heart through to finish in that nice tall stance. Working the posture, drawing the shoulder blades back and down, drawing your heart forward. And nice and controlled on that way down to 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Last time, best time. Left hand's gonna take that weight. We have 90 seconds of work left. Left hand takes all the weight. Right hand, nice and active. Sit into it, press the floor away. Remember, we are telling those weights where to go, not the other way around. Whee, as I fall over. There we go. 10 seconds, that's it, that's it, that's it. Shoulders square, hips square. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. All right, last halo of the day. We go around and around. 3, 2, 1. Knee soft, core strong. Loop it around. Get some of that shoulder mobility, that core stability. And breathe and smile. 15 down, 15 to go. Little endorphin hit will take you right to that finish line. Here we go. 10 seconds. And 5. And 3, 2, 1. Last time, best time. 30 seconds. We got that sit up. We got that get up. Once again, we earn those trumpets. Don't let that form change in this last 30 seconds. You're all muted. You can make whatever noises you need to make. You guys, unfortunately, have to listen to all of my weird noises. There we go. 15 down, 15 to go. Rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time, and then rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. 5 seconds away. Earn those trumpets. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's finish this thing off. We're keeping that intensity up. We're gonna go from a little strength and stability into some explosiveness. Strength and stability into the explosiveness. So first up is going to be that sumo gate swing. It's gonna be a 6-minute AMRAP, meaning once we hit start, we're just going for it. Should hopefully be able to get through it about twice. Sumo gate swing squats. Feet are wide, toes are gonna point out at about 45. You're gonna sit down into it, tracking your knees over your toes. Lifting onto that toe, you're gonna pivot into that low lunge and then bring it back up. 1, 1, 2, 2, etc., etc. We are going 4, 8 on each leg, 16 in total. Then we're gonna grab, once again, as heavy of a weight as you can, and we're gonna go into those 10 cleans. So you can either take that one weight down, taking more of that sumo stance, popping the bell up, or if you want to take both weights, I usually narrow that stance just a little bit, but it's still that same explosiveness. So don't think of it as a bicep curl. It's like in those thrusters where the legs, we're doing the work. Same thing. The arms just guide the weights right into that bicep curl. Then we're going push planks. High plank to low plank to high plank. Nice and stable and strong through the core. And then we're going into our 10 bent over rows. So hinging at the hips, driving the elbows past the ribs. You all have some heavy weights, so we can all do those rows. I always say if you have lighter weights, you can do flies, but looks like we've all got those heavy enough weights for some rows. So 6 minutes, like I said, hopefully getting through it about twice. Once that clock starts, we just go for it, starting with those sumo gate swings, feet wide, toes out, ride that elevator down, track the knees over the toes, and let's go. We swing in 1, and then swing in 2. Really think lifting up onto that toe and dropping that back knee so that the movement is coming in that internal, external rotation of your hip. That way we're protecting our knees here and keeping that 90-degree bend in your knees. And if you're sticking with me, this is 6, this is 7, and last ones, if you're with me, if you're ahead of me, you got those cleans coming next. So that's 8 and 8, grabbing those weights. Now we get some explosiveness. We get that slow burn, sit down into it, pop those weights up. Sit down into it, pop those weights up. There you go. Let that explosive press be what draws those weights up. If you're using that one, I kind of like to take that explosive press so that those arms aren't doing the work. It's all that explosive power in the legs. Once you get through 10, we'll call that 7 if you're sticking with me. I think it's close. 8, there we go, nice one. 9, and we're going into that push plank next. High plank to low plank to high plank. Once again, hips and shoulders stay nice and square. We're doing 8 on each arm. So 16 in total. And that's 2 if you're sticking with me. 16 in total. 8 on each arm. I have to count on my fingers, otherwise we'll be here all day. 6. How stable can the hips and shoulders be? You got that little Bloody Mary, little mimosa sitting right on the tailbone. And once you've gotten through those 8 and 8 bent over rows or flies, you do you. Hinging at the hip, magic number is 10. 1, 2, really thinking, squeezing the shoulder blades back and down. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's 10. So we did just about 3 minutes of work. We should have about 3 minutes more. Toes wide, knees track over the toes, ride it in, and in. Once again, we're right back to it, moving at your own pace. We have 8 and 8 of these little gate swings. Remember, let the work be in the internal, external rotation of the hip. We're not tweaking those knees. We're activating the inner and outer thigh, that glute. And then getting that nice slow burn in those quads. From here, we're going into those cleans. Now getting a little explosiveness, a little power from those legs. So once again, if you want to use that bell, that's right. Sit down into it, pop it in, switch that grasp right to the center of the chest. Perfect. Love it, love it. Let this be powerful. Let this be the work in the legs Just like that thruster. Explosive, powerful. We get that toning work, that slow, steady burn, but then we want it to be functional. So we get through our 10 here. We have our 8 and 8 on those push planks. Nice pace, y'all. Clipping along, high plank to low plank to high plank. 8 on each arm. And check in as we fatigue out. Where are those compensations going to start to creep in? Are your shoulders starting to walk their way up next to your ears? Don't let it happen. Is the tail starting to wag? Don't let it happen. From here, you go straight into your 10 rows. And then once you're done with those 10 rows, you know what to do. We have 60 seconds left. No rush. But let's see what type of damage we can do to round 3. Why not? And 10, 40 seconds. What can we do with it? There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Love it, love it. Sitting low into it. Burning those quads. Dropping that back knee. There you go. It's like a hockey goalie. And still counting on my fingers. Let's see if I can get through my 8 here. And if we do, you know what to do. It's those cleans next, 10 seconds. I'm just gonna try to finish here. Trumpets in, 3, 2, get that last rep. Oh no. That will do it. Awesome, breathe. Roll the shoulders up and back. In through the nose, down to the belly button, out of your mouth. Shoulders can roll forward. Amazing, amazing, amazing work. And let's take that left hand as far down your spine as it'll go. Take that right hand to give it a little help. Feeling that stretch in your shoulder, your tricep. And then maybe if you want to take a little lean over to the side, opening up that oblique, that intercostal. Shake it off. Right hand as far down the spine. Left hand can help it. And then once again, if you want that little lean, and shake that off. One more time. Sit into that deep, wide squat. And just kind of breathing in here, opening up your hips, your groin. If it feels good, if it's available to you, you've got that little option of a twist. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Just breathe into that little malasana, little goddess pose. And careful here, anytime the head is below the heart and that heart rate is elevated, we want to be very cautious, moving very slowly. Wag your tail, soften your knees. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Like I said, nice and nice and nice and slowly. If you have something to hold on to, we really burnt those quads today, so you can grab onto that. Reaching for your left foot behind your bum. Dropping your left knee under your hip. And then pulling your foot up and away. Stretching the quad and the hip flexor. Shake that off. Reaching for the right foot. I always flex that foot, drop the knee, square off the hips, and then pulling away and up. Still focusing on your breath. And shaking that off one last time. We'll take the hands up. Capture all of the light, all of the love. Bring it on down to your heart. Take it with you today and always. Awesome, awesome, awesome.